I'm Draven. I typically make high gain amp demos here on YouTube. And if you follow me on Instagram or other social media platforms, you might have seen the other day that I posted that I'd be playing a show, which was my first show since starting YouTube. And so in the story that I posted, I asked if you guys wanted to see like a rig rundown kind of thing, and I got a ton of messages saying yes, so we're doing it. And so for just a quick update before we jump into the gear, as some of you may know, I recently moved up here to Ohio, which was kind of just like an entirely random move in terms of where we wanted to move. But luckily I do have a few friends here, and there's a ton of opportunities kind of like in the area, so that worked out really well. As well as the few friends I do have here, they play in a band called Dread, and they only had one guitarist, so I joined. If you haven't seen me post about them and stuff like that, it's a kind of new metal band, and we wear masks and stuff, and just played our first show at the Foundry the other day, which was really cool. Yeah, so with that out of the way, let's talk about the gear I used. And we'll just kind of go down the signal chain as one usually would, I guess. I don't know. So as you'd imagine, I'm using my custom WKM guitars, which is tuned to drop A, a little bit higher than I usually do. But with the super long scale length, I get away with super small strings, which are way easier to play. And currently this has a Lundgren M6, but I also have a box of Corrigan prototypes that I need to mess around with for something. So outside of the guitars, me and the other guitarist, Joe, basically have similar, if not identical rigs. We're both going into the Spectral Gate by This Heavy Earth. And then from that, Joe's going into a This Heavy Earth Grim, and I'm using a This Heavy Earth Pentademon. And then in some parts of the set, we use a TC Electronic iMaster, just to make our guitars sound really messed up for some super heavy parts and all that. And so from our pedal boards, we're both going into Calypso 1 amplifiers, which you can see right here. And then we both also have matching Omega cabs with V30s and T75s, which not super crazy about the specific V30s in the Omega cabs, so we might be swapping those out. But other than that, that's pretty much the entire rig. We're trying to keep it as simple as possible, so as little as possible goes wrong. And so I'm sure you guys are curious on how it sounds, so I ended up taking one of the new songs that we're working on that we played live the other day, and went ahead and mic'd up my setup with a 57 and a 421, and I put together a little demo mix since I figured that would be a cool way to kind of show off the tone and give you guys a little sneak peek of what we've been working on. And so yeah, we'll check that out. If you end up enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, I have some affiliate links down in the description where if you pick something up, helps me out a ton. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the demo.